Ben Shapiro, Ben, why are you such a fucking hack? So this little twit spends the first part of his show today excusing and doing apologia on behalf of the IDF for hostages that they murdered, Israeli hostages. It is really amazing that he'll sit there and go, we have to keep killing innocent civilians in Gaza because something Israeli security. And then when discussing the hostages, the Israeli hostages that the IDF killed, he's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, fog of war. It's amazing. It's amazing. And like, I know we all know he's a fascist, but what's amazing is that he wants to be a part of power so bad that he will do apologia when fascists like Trump actually use rhetoric and pull lines from Mein Kampf.
The entire Democratic line of attack with regard to immigration is that Trump is a racist. They've been using this since 2015. It didn't work then. I don't think it's going to work now.
Okay, pause right there. He said it didn't work in 2015 or 2016. Okay, that's true. It didn't work, but not for the reasons that you think. It didn't work because the press kept saying it in a way that they thought it was going to negatively reflect on Trump, but it didn't because the voters liked that he was racist. There is a subset of voters that like that he's racist, that like that he's misogynistic, that like that he wants to be a dictator and is a fascist. Continue on your pathetic cleanup.
It is part and parcel of their broader Trump is a Hilarian figure shtick. So, Trump, again, he makes this comment where he says, they're poisoning the blood of our country, and he's talking about Democrats. It's to analyze the actual verbiage that Donald Trump uses right there. We can play it again. Because one of the big problems with how Trump talks is that he never makes his antecedents clear. An antecedent is the thing you mean when you say they. If I say they in a sense, they refers to some people. You don't know which people I'm referring to if the antecedent is unclear. Trump does not make the antecedents clear. So in this particular clip, he uses they to refer to two separate things without actually switching the antecedents. Weird. So play the clip again, and we're actually going to stop it. I know it's like this Zapruder film, but that's true every time you try to decode Trumpism. So here's Trump. Let's play it one more time.
Plenty of the other life, right? We've had plenty of the other life. We got a lot of work to do. You know, when they let, I think the real number is 15, 16 million people into our country. When they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions.
Okay. When he says they, who's he talking about? Clearly Democrats, right?
As if that makes
He's
it
saying
okay.
political opposition. He's saying they're letting everyone into the country. They're poisoning the blood, not immigrants. They, meaning that when you have a brand open border, you're letting in anyone, up to and including people on the terror watch list. When you're letting people through who don't have any job qualifications. When you're letting through members of MS-13. Well, you, as the person in charge of the immigration system, are poisoning the blood of the country. Now, I don't like that phraseology. Again, it's deliberately vague, and it's very inflammatory if read in a particular way, which is how media are reading it, obviously. He doesn't mean immigrants are poisoning the blood of the country. He means that the people who are leaving the border open are thereby degrading what it means to be American.
He's such a bad person. First of all, even if he meant Democrats and not immigrants, which is Ben's argument, that's still insane. You shouldn't say that about anyone. 2, he is talking about immigrants, and Ben knows that, which is why he's kind of dancing around it, trying to find a way to excuse it. And it shows how quickly he's willing to throw his own people under the bus. It's all like up in arms about anti-Semitism. He's so up in arms about anti-Semitism. When college campuses want to have free speech and want to create pro-Palestinian groups. But then Trump and the others in the right wing are literally using rhetoric from Hitler. Rhetoric that Hitler used about the Jews. You, bitch. Then all of a sudden it's running cover, running fucking interference for him. It is so not only fucking pathetic, it is so dark. The game that he's playing. He is willing to join forces with fascists who hate him and his existence because he hates Democrats and he thinks the enemy of his enemy is his friend. Like, it's amazing how disingenuous it is. He won't shut the fuck up. Anti-Semitism, college campuses, but Hamas. Blah, blah, blah. But then he's making excuses for some literal anti-Semitic rhetoric. There is no one more anti-Semitic than the right wing. Literally. What do you think neo-Nazis are? Go look back in the archives of the Klan. Do you think they like Jews very much? This cynical motherfucker just wants power so bad that he is willing to align forces with people who fucking hate him. And embarrassing for him because right after he gets done trying to like run cover for Trump, like, no, he didn't mean that, then this happened.
Prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country. Nobody's even looking at them. They just come in. The crime is going to be tremendous. The terrorism is going to be terrorism.
Now he switched topics, right? He's not talking about the immigrants themselves. He says they're coming into our country, they're pouring in from all these different places. The crime's going to be tremendous and all the rest. And that's no different from anything that he's been saying about illegal immigration the whole time.
So then Trump goes on to make it clear that he's talking about immigrants, calling them terrorists, trying to make it seem scary, they're MS-13. And so because he's pretty explicit about what he means by that, Ben's response is, okay, well, so he is targeting immigrants, but this is no different than what he actually said before. That's your response? They are, once again, trying to foment and create an anti-immigrant backlash in this country. Fear-mongering about everybody coming over the border. So fucking, and immigrants have always come to this country, and at different parts in our history, there has been backlash against those immigrants. In fact, and this bitch should know this, there was a huge wave of immigration that came from Eastern Europe during the Holocaust, and the U.S. turned them away and sent them back to their deaths in Nazi concentration camps. But he doesn't care. These are the people that always want to kick the ladder out behind them. If you're not sure about what's going on, just understand that they're lying. Immigration is good, actually. And the people that are coming to the southern border are fleeing poverty and political persecution, just like millions of other people that have done the same before them. These people are fascists, and they're telling us exactly who they are and exactly what they plan on doing.